Uh, so every day they're kind of tweaking it. Yeah, 15% on an island now. Yeah, instead of the 30. Yeah, I'm excited. I finally went and bought my island. I finally went and bought my island because I didn't want to pay the 4,500 silver to begin with. So that's actually only cost me 2,500 today, and free building upgrades for however long they allow it. So we're all focusing trying to get our guild area up to snuff. So let's see. You got an island of all tier 4? Nice. Yeah, too bad they didn't do that a week ago. It would have been quarter of the price. I am actually loving the game. The only thing I personally wish I could PvP better. But almost every day they're bringing out new patches to fix things that are kind of disgruntling players. But again, they're fluctuating the numbers to get meta for future releases. But I'm enjoying it. There's not too much I would change right now. They've actually tweaked the Hell Gates as of today as well. Because before you had a 33% chance of connecting to another team so you could raid them down in the Hell Dungeon. They've increased that to a 66% chance as of this morning. So now there will be more contests, I guess, for the loot down on fighting the bosses. So that was a nice change for me, even though I haven't been able to complete it one Hellgate yet. I've tried to PvP. Everybody runs around with fire staves. Yes, Nicaro, but if you read the patch notes today, they kind of nerfed the fire staff currently. So hopefully that will help correct that a little bit. But still, you know, it is what it is. You have to kind of work around it. You can assume everybody's going to be using one. And actually, if you check when I get off my horse or off my ox, I'm actually using a frost staff. I'm trying to level up a frost staff for crowd control. My current builds, which I want to continue at some point, but the guild asked me to switch over to staff, is I'm using twin daggers and claws for melee. But again, everybody was using fire staves, and I couldn't get close enough to attack them, to interrupt with my claws. So a lot of us have gone more into range. But, you know, it's coming along. You know, the game will be balanced and configured and, you know, over time. But that's why we're in alphas. What are you focusing on in crafting? I was focusing on throwing weapons and twin daggers and claws, but apparently, but a couple of our other guild members have already advanced past me in throwing weapons, even though we were trying to have people focus on a certain build crafting. They went ahead and did what they wanted to do, so I stopped crafting those. But I'm still, I believe, the only one crafting twin dagger pairs and claws. So I will eventually continue that again once I can get the resources. But that's currently the only thing I'm crafting. But I can, I can gather and transmute T5 stones currently, T5 lumbers, T5 leathers. I'm up to 4.5 on smelting. So I'm doing a lot of the gathering. So I'm doing a lot of the crafting and building while everybody else has fun killing. But I'll get my chance. I'll get my chance. Once we get the buildings up to T5, it's really nothing going to be able for me to do. So we're going to go out and kill stuff. But, you know, I can level my weapons and my armor, killing bears and boars and foxes. So it's not a total waste. How does the Warlock work? The Necro Staves work pretty well. They are actually a damage and healing combination on your spells. Get off me, pig. Get off me, pig. One of the good spells, well, I think it's a good spell currently, is you take, it's almost like a blood magic spell. You take 144 points of damage, but you do 710 to the other player, as well as healing yourself off of their damage. So I haven't played much of it this alpha. Well, actually, I haven't played any of it this alpha. I played last alpha with the Warlock staff or the Necro staff, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And again, it all based on how you want to play the game. I'm not sure how viable it would be in a PvP action unless you had a large group. But probably doing PvE, player versus environment, doing dungeons, it might be pretty well. Oh, I need this, so I'll collect this while I'm here. Because this is rare quality leather. So, it's not that it's far and few between, but since I'm here and it's here, I'm going to grab it. Now, unfortunately, I don't know where... that's regular T4. I'm going to leave that. I don't know where the rocks are that I need, so I'm kind of wandering around. Wish we could try higher tier weapons without crafting and all that. Yeah, I know. You're trying to pick a weapon. Yeah. Depends on the group that you're in. I would say if you're in a guild, a lot of us have switched over from what we want to use to what is more beneficial to the guild. Not to say you can't level other things, but at least within our guild, we're trying to stay focused on, you know, being able to protect ourselves in a guild v guild fight, depending if it's 5-on-5 or 20v20. You know, a lot of people want to use throwing knives and whatever because they have self-healing. It's fine when you're doing PvE, but, you know, we're trying to have people branch off into another skill that would be better round them for our guild fights. And currently a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot, few people are deciding that you're not going to do that. So we need, as a guild officer myself and the other guild officers, we're going to actually have to go about seeing how they fit in our design. Any suggestions, specs for solo players? Again, it depends on how far you want to go, Nakara. Sorry. If you're going to stay in PvE, you can pretty much do anything that you want. Most of your green zone PvEs are only up to tier 4 monsters, and you can't be attacked by other players. You could even solo as a healer. Yeah. Unfortunately, it would take you a long time to kill, but you can always self-heal. But it really depends on what type of weapon you want to use. Do you want to use bows? Do you want to use a shield and a single-hand weapon? Do you want to use a two-handed weapon? You know, I definitely suggest that you try to balance your armors. The way the game is set up, if you wear full plate, you're going to be melted by magic users. And the vice versa, if you wear full cloth, you are going to get nuked by full melee. Leather seems to be middle of the road. It has both stats at half, give or take. You know, it also depends on what kind of spells you're looking for. Like I run a leather helm that has invisibility, and that will drop aggro from mobs. It will also break spells that are targeted on you. A lot of people like to use a metal helm that has cleanse, which will remove negative effects on you. So if someone hits you with a burning spell, you could pop your cleanse off your metal helm and that would remove those. It really depends on your build idea or style that you want to play, but definitely look into balancing your armor. I'm currently running full leather. I was running a metal chest with metal feet and legs. Metal helmet and legs. Just to have more physical durability when I was using my twin daggers, so I could jump into a group of people and not worry about getting smacked around so much. So it really depends on your play style, what you really want to do. Like I said, a lot of the casters, if you wanted to go into the magic style, are using a cloth chest to increase their magic resistance and their mana regenerations, but then they're using the metal helms and that just to help balance their armor classes. Now what they have changed from previous alphas, they used to use the head and feet armors to help buff your armor class. They have since taken them out. So basically right now all feet are the same. The only difference is if you wear metal feet compared to cloth feet is you're going to have a higher weight value, so you're going to move a little slower, but their stats on them are exactly the same. So, you know, it just depends on the type of style that you want to play. You know, I would suggest that, you know, if you go ranged, you might also want to do some type of melee. You know, just so you're not getting pigeonholed into one build. But again, unless you're just doing PvE, you know, you can do that. You can just focus on one thing, and actually focusing in the game will get you a higher damage with that weapon over the long run, because you have to spend learning points to upgrade it instead of spreading them around in so many weapons. But, you know, again, it depends on how you want to play the game. Let's see. Yeah, we're no, I'm gonna leave the green. I need the green, but I need blue more. And actually I want to save the carry weight. Again, my leather chest. I'm currently only wearing a T3 set of leather just because I'm farming materials. I have a self-heal on it on the T4. You can actually get, besides the invigoration or self-healing, you can get a speed buff that will increase your attack speeds and your movement speeds. So again, depending on your class, that might be something good to use. It all depends. It all depends. Alright, where are these rocks? Unfortunately, I have no idea where these rocks are. So sorry guys, I'm just kind of wandering around. You can see the detail on the maps. Figuring out where we are. Well, it's T3, T4. Right on. Right, yeah, I'm searching all over Rockwell and I can't find any. I know like 3 pieces in Rockwell, and I thought the other guys said there was hundreds. T5 rock. Well, yeah, but I'm not going to go solo and go with my ox and stuff up there. I don't want to get ganked. Right on. Yeah, so I'm kind of just hanging out. Oh, there's one. Kind of hanging out at base. Just, you know, that way I can run back and repair my hammer because I'm currently using a T4.